Is famine coming? Good evening, America, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So, just to begin this evening, folks, I am presenting to you right here a beautiful, beautiful piece, as you can see. And we all know why it's so beautiful, because this is a Scottsdale Mint Cowboy Rifleman 1 ounce silver round, a standout piece for collectors and investors alike. These are made from 0.9999 fine silver. It offers top-tier purity with a solid, satisfying weight that feels substantial in hand, yet remains easy to store and trade. Whether you're stacking for long-term value, gifting something memorable, or adding character to your collection, this round delivers both beauty and bullion strength. What truly sets it apart is its bold design, featuring a rugged cowboy on horseback. Of course, we see rifle in hand, capturing the raw spirit of the American frontier. It symbolizes resilience, independence, timeless grit, and best of all, you can still find it for as low as $55 with free shipping, making it an accessible piece of silver with powerful, and I mean powerful, historical flair. But absolutely love this piece right here, coming again directly from the Scottsdale Mint. What's truly awesome is the majestic setup that you have here. You see the cowboy, rifle in hand, he's marching. The horse is proceeding, and in the background you have that awesome horizon. Like, it's just glorious, and I mean glorious. Very few silver pieces exist that give such a exceptional portrayal. That's the best way I can put it. It's just exceptional portrayal of the Wild West, of the Midwest, the fancy West, as they say. And of course, no wonder, Scottsdale Mint. I tell people, do not sleep on the Scottsdale Mint. Do not sleep on the Perth Mint. Do not sleep on the Royal Mint. But because I'm an American, I'm a proud American, and I've been to Scottsdale countless times. Matter of fact, next time I go, I already told my wife we're going to probably shoot an episode at the Scottsdale Mint. This is what you need to be stacking. If you're an American, you live here, Scottsdale Mint is the way to go. Do not sleep on the Scottsdale Mint. And before we go any further, folks, I want to give a quick shout out. This to my always loyal subscriber. This is Automie6090. We have lended money to family, and it gets complicated. Sometimes it's better lending it to a friend. Great video. And great comment right there coming from Automie6090. And, I've been mentioning giving money to family, lending money to family, letting money borrow money. And I've given family money. I've been given money from family. I'm going to tell you first and foremost, and this probably isn't surprising to you, but everybody who's giving me money, I've paid them back. Whether that be my father, my uncle, grandparent, mom, I've always paid it back. And I know a lot of people can't say that. And I've lent a lot of money to family members, and it's never been repaid. And all I have to say is, if you're lending money to a family member, you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. You're understanding that, hey, I'm in a better place in my life. You're not in that place. And luckily, I have the financial means to assist you without needing money back. And, I've told a lot of people this, like, what the heck, you lended so-and-so money, make them pay you back. And again, we're talking about family members, and it's like, no, it's like their life was not going good, or their life is not going good. It doesn't kill me to have lent them money. It didn't kill me to lend them money then. I don't need the money now. And that's my point. If you're lending money, do it out of the kindness of your heart. And especially if it's family in mind, look at it as, I'm not lending them money, I'm giving them money. And it always makes me feel better, where I don't tell myself, hey, they're borrowing it from you, and then later I'm disappointed they didn't pay me back. No, I'm just giving it to them. And I'm not going to offend them and say, hey, don't worry, you're not borrowing it. I'm giving it to you. I make them feel like, oh yeah, I told him I'm going to borrow it and I'm going to pay him back, even though I know it's not going to get paid back. And I think that that's just a more fruitful way to go about life and to be with your family. Because this is the majority of people, folks. When we talk about money and wealth and legacy, who actually has the money? We're talking about less than 20% of the population. And who actually really has the money? We're talking about less than 1% of the population. So ultimately what I'm saying, over 80% of the population does not live well. Over 80% of the population at any given time does not have the means to be lending money. They can't even support themselves. What makes you think they can support you or even aid you? And those who are in the 20% or top 15, 10%, we are massively blessed, because most people here in America, although they live well compared to the rest of the world, they do not live the wellest compared to the elite class, compared to the actual middle class, the actual upper middle class. And of course, they can't even fathom how rich people live, how wealthy people live. It wouldn't make sense to them. Most people think you need millions to protect your future. The truth is, you don't need to be rich. You just need to be smart. Stacking 100 ounces of silver may not sound like much, but it's one of the smartest financial moves an average person can make today. In a world drowning in debt, currency manipulation, and economic uncertainty, that modest stack will soon become your greatest shield against inflation, chaos, and the collapse of trust in the system. Every dollar you hold is losing value by the day. The government prints money like it's confetti, and each new round of stimulus quietly steals from your purchasing power. Silver doesn't work that way. It can't be printed. It can't be faked. It can't be inflated away. When you hold 100 ounces, you're locking in a slice of real, tangible value, one that will outlast any politician, banker, or policy shift. That's not just wealth. That's power in physical form. Look back through history. Every empire that debased its currency eventually fell. But those who hold precious metals always had something left. Rome collapsed. Fiat currencies have come and gone, but silver and gold have never gone to zero. And you have to remind yourself of that. Silver and gold have always existed, and they have never gone to zero. That says it all. And that proves when I say it's a biblical currency. It's God's currency. A century from now, the dollars in your pocket will be forgotten. But those 100 ounces, still valuable, still tradable, still real. Owning 100 ounces of silver isn't only about preparing for a crisis. It's about reclaiming control. It means you've stepped outside the fragile banking system. You're not begging for stability or relying on digital promises. You've chosen independence, and that decision separates the thinkers from the herd. At current prices, 100 ounces is still achievable for most people. But that window won't stay open forever. As demand spikes and mining costs rise, those same 100 ounces will soon cost double. More, in fact. The earlier you act, the more leverage you have when the world wakes up to silver's true, actual value. Silver offers liquidity. Unlike real estate or stocks, you can sell a few ounces at a time, trade it locally, and or hold it quietly without permission. It's a financial reset. Silver is freedom in your hand, accepted everywhere, owned by few, and respected by all. When you look back years from now, you'll realize that the decision to buy those 100 ounces wasn't just smart. It was life-changing. You'll have turned paper into power, uncertainty into stability, and fear into foresight. In the end, 100 ounces might not just be the smartest move of your life. It might be the move that literally, actually defines it. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening, another episode of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you. God bless your household. And God bless America.